Okay, I'll read to the halakha. How about this? I agree to read to you the halakha. What we'll do with the halakha, don't push me harder. I don't have what to be pushed on. We've struggled with halakha for a long time. The second halakha not so much. The first one. Okay. Din ha'osetz l'chav. Somebody who uses the restroom, v'otzeh lechol, and now he wants to eat. Meaning, you went to the bathroom, now you want to wash your hands for bread. This is something that happens a lot. Ha'osetz l'chav. Somebody who goes to the restroom, v'otzeh lechol, and wants to eat, yitol shtei pamim. You should wash your hands twice. Al harishona mevarech asher yitzah. On the first hand washing, you make the blessing of asher yitzah. Meaning the first hand washing is for the bathroom. V'al hashniya mevarech al netilat yadayim. And in the second one, you say the blessing of netilat yadayim for bread.
Do you do them consecutively? You say
One, bracha. Two.
Got it. It's okay, I'm gonna move this because
Is that similar when you have your hand dirty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here, exactly, you're right. Now here, that's not complicated.
Right.
This part's complicated. And if you only want to wash once, once you pour the water in your hands and you rub them together, you say the blessing of asher yitzah. And afterwards, b'shat haneguv, when you're drying your hands, yivarech al netilat yadayim. You make the blessing of al netilat yadayim.
Sounds kind of like the modern way people wash their hands without going to the toilet.
You know what Baruch was saying?
Yeah. But in the morning, you wash once, and then you say Al Tidayim and then Asher Yatzar. So you do that.
Asher Yatzar.
Yeah.
But here, the al netilat yadayim is not the morning. This al netilat yadayim is for bread. It's different al netilat yadayim. You understand the problem? What's the problem?
You're washing once with two.
As you say in the
That's
bracha,
April.
and then you're doing the
Very good.
action.
Essentially,
Say that?
you're doing the action, then you're doing the bracha.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people follow this
Oh,
opinion
yeah.
without going.
Yeah.
See, for those of us who make a blessing before we wash our hands, this halakha could be a problem.
Oh, you're right. Well,
I have an answer.
Ooh.
I have an answer. What's the reason people make a bracha after they wash their hands? It's wrong. What's the reason they do it?
Well, they do because the hands could have been dirty.
The hands might be dirty. So what? Why would that warrant a blessing afterwards? What's the logic?
Saying Hashem's name when you're.
You can't say Hashem's name when you're. So really, though, they believe you should make a blessing before you wash your hands. But because their hands might be dirty, they make a blessing after they wash their hands.
yeah.
Where do they learn that halakha from? There's only one case in the world where we agree that you make a blessing after you do a mitzvah.
Well, that's when when a person converting goes to a mikveh.
Very good, Baruch. When a person converts to Judaism and they go to the mikveh, that's right, that's the origin of this halakha. How could they make asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu? You commanded us in the mitzvot before they're Jewish. So first they go to the mikveh, and then they say the blessing. That's the only time.
So what is the bracha on the mikveh when you convert?
Same as all the time. It's the same. The woman makes it. Yeah, the same. It's the same.
So it's on the mikveh
Ala
itself,
tefillah. Yeah.
you're allowed, not on the conversion.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha.
I want to say no. I remember seeing other. I don't think that much. So basically, what they're saying is just like by the Ger Tzedek, because before the mikveh he's not Jewish, he can't make a blessing, so you have no choice but to make the blessing afterwards. They're saying that's the same thing when your hands are dirty. When your hands are dirty, there's no choice but to make the blessing afterwards. It's not accurate because we've mentioned their hands are probably not really dirty. If you would eat a cookie with those hands, your hands are not dirty. Dirty means dirty. Dirty means you just change a diaper dirty.
You're
What?
not going to say Hashem's name after you use the restroom without washing your hands.
Okay, so that's what we're trying to say here. So they're trying to say that, okay, so if you want to just use one pouring, Maran is saying, fine, maybe in this case, you can compare you can compare this case to that of a ger.
Well, what?
That's what the Garrett said.
Why can't you just do it like two separate things? You wash your feet.
Because somebody doesn't want to, they don't have enough water. That's why. I mean, that's the reason why.
$3.14.
350.
Oh, $3.15.
Okay, the poskim seem to say that the first way of ma'an is preferable. It's two different hand washings.
Which is more straightforward.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you were driving along during the day, you wash your hands, and all of a sudden you hear thunder, you see lightning. You can't say those brachot because your hands aren't clean.
Oh, Zev, you just have the greatest disproof now to all the people who say their hands are dirty, that's why they can't make a blessing
Yeah.
first. Because they make all the other blessings without washing their hands first. They say if they were to drink a water bottle, they would say shakol ne'avdol without washing their hands first. And if they were to hear thunder or lightning, they would say without washing their hands first. They would go into mincha and to pray, and they would do it without washing their hands first. So why all of a sudden by the time, oh, our hands are dirty?
Can you just use the restroom?
Is it a Kabbalistic reason?
So, we're not talking about this. We're talking about in general the people who make a blessing after they wash their hands. No Kabbalah here. It's not Kabbalah.
So what would in their mind separate bread?
They want to say a lo plug. It's not in the morning also because your hands are for sure dirty. So here your hands are not for sure dirty. We don't want to confuse people. So we're consistent in the wrong direction. Okay.
By the way, is there a shortened version of the bracha for when you see a rainbow? Because there was one on Shabbat 2 weeks ago.
Right. That's a hard one to remember.
It's a very hard one to read.
I can't say there is a shortened version.
It's Zachera Barit, and then there's a whole other thing
Right.
after that, which I never remember.
Right.
I just say Zachera Barit, I don't know if it's good enough. It was a double rainbow.
You saw the Shabbat rainbow?
Yeah.
Really?
I came, after Mincha, I went home, and that's when you saw the sky turning all the
Right,
colors,
yeah.
but there was a double rainbow
Wow.
over the east. It was unbelievable.
So we're at 327. Let's go back to my comfort zone, please.
327,
Yes.
so we're skipping
All those details.
So there's something you can ask, like an opinion, like you could write to Rabbi Yosef's son and ask him an opinion, why this says this and so forth, if it's not adequately explained in the text, or something Rabbi Harris would comment on.
No, I reach out to Rick Harris. That would be my go-to. I'd call him. I owe him a phone call anyways. I just normally I have to stay up till 12:30 to call him. I used to study every night with my chavutot from 11 to 12:30. But I don't have that learning session now because of the summer. And because of the girls' camp, I have to sleep early now. By the time it rolls around the end of Kol, I'm gone. So I haven't been up late enough to call him up. That's been the problem. I haven't called him this whole month.
Or can either.
Alright, let's do a halakha from our comfort zone. This halakha is actually very important. If you're willing to hold on to your chairs, this halakha is very important. It's a key halakha. People don't even know this halakha is here because they don't know what to do with this halakha. Yeah? Im rabim misubim b'seuda. If many people are sitting around the table for a meal, who washes their hand first?
What was that?
Let's say you come to my house for Shabbat dinner.
Yeah.
And all of us need to get up to wash. Who washes first? Yeah, don't say this.
Either-
Let's not in my house. Let's say
Either the Rebbe or the
I
one
believe it's saying
closest to the
just whoever
sink.
gets to the sink first.
let the better man win.
That sounds like the Kiddush table, and then he's
Right.
But is there supposed to be an
As
order
a
to
child, I remember
On
by
the
the
market
Kiddush
said
table,
bravo.
you were always afraid to reach for food because you might get stabbed by a fork. I had this like fear of like, don't stick your hand out because someone's gonna.
the one that is owner of the house where you're at?
So the answer is Hagadol. Whoever is the greater one among them. Who is the greater one in the house? It's a great question. Depends who you ask. Really, in most houses, it's not a. See, again, today's world is hard to talk about this. But let's say that in many places, you know who's the leader here at this table. That's who washes first. I'll tell you that he washes first. Like anything, the greater one, like when you serve food, who takes first? In most houses, the balabait is the balabait deal. In my house, for example, according to halacha, when my father's in my house, really, he should do kiddush. He should do that's his. Even though he's in my house, but he's my father, but he doesn't want. So a father who foregoes his honor is it's okay. And there are times when I push him, like when it's just me, so my family, so of course he does kiddush. But when it comes to serving food, people always come to serve me first. Maaseh, they're right. In their eyes, I'm their rabbi. They come to serve me first. But really, my father is who I have to serve first. So I always tell them to please serve him first. The same thing is true with washing hands. Whoever is the greater one washes hands first. V'harosh, who's the rosh? Rabbeinu. Yeah, that's the head, you're right, that's the acronym. Rabbeinu Asher. Who's Rabbeinu Asher? The father of the two. He is the first German rabbi to become a rabbi in Spain. The rosh. He's one of the three pillars of Halakha, Rabbi Yosef Karo, based on Shulchan Aruch. V'harosh haya ragil litol b'acharona. The rosh was very particular to be the last one to wash his hands, not the first one. Shelo lahafsik v'shelo ledaber. To not make any kind of interruption between hand washing and hamutzi lefnim.
That's interesting. Now we have the silence is golden space between.
Very good. Do you guys remember why the Rosh believed that you should wash first? Last? What's so important? Why did the Rosh? What's bugging the Rosh so much? I should have printed sheets for this. I'll do the outside anyways.
You did mention it. That's in class.
Let's do the next chapter. The answer to this question is in the next chapter.